This is the Gilcrease Museum in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They had the Cherokee Advocate press. It's a historic press, and it last printed the Cherokee Advocate in Cherokee language in 1906. After that date, why, they ceased publication. Since these pictures were recorded, the museum has been expanded and is much better than it is now. Now, the view of this press here, it took us many days, and what you don't see is us scraping the grit and the dried ink and the rust and other things. We spent days getting it ready, and in order to even get to where it's hand cranked here, it required the services of a machine shop and rubber rollers furnished by a newspaper outfit and other donations. Of course, now this is the very first printing that is in many years. It's the A.B. Taylor press. We haven't been able to get the very accurate date on it, but it's 1885, we believe. The people here in the dark suits, business suits, gave us permission to overhaul and restore this press to the running condition. Later, we put an electric motor on it, which was donated by the newspaper for which we worked. At one time, they paid a man $10 a month to run that press. However, when we got it, it was a wreck, and some of the ironwork seemed to be fixed by a blacksmith. They were happy that we did restore this, and after it was running and with the motor, we printed many, many things each month for the Gilcrease Museum. This is the most peculiar gear that I've ever seen. It runs back on the bottom and comes back on the top, and of course it moves the printing mechanism back and forth. All those little marks you see have to be all together when we make a change in the press, screwing in a nut or making an adjustment. Otherwise, it won't work. This fellow works in the picture department where they had so many pictures. They have pictures there that have never been shown. They've got so many of them, and they're well known. Now, I think we're getting into the electrical part where the motor is put on the press. And this is the second view. Now, this is all run by electricity this time. No more hand cranking. That's a good view of the dots, anyway. It prints 8 copies in a minute. That's only on one side of the paper, and then the paper has to be reversed and printed on the other side. Now, there he is, going to throw the motor in for the first time. This press could have been operated by a steam engine, or it could have been operated by the internal combustion engine or electricity motor. It has a wheel over the fore side, which you can't see. And there it is in operation. And just 8 copies an hour, or 8 copies a minute. And that's the top speed. Apparently, when it was damaged, they tried to run it at a higher speed. But a higher speed, it just doesn't work. So there goes one sheet. And that, of course, that is the delivery. The printing on this says restored Cherokee Advocate Press. There it is. And these are the checking the printing of it. this fella is really the brains of the outfit. Without him, we couldn't have fixed the press because he was a printer and a good one. This thing you see here cushions the blow of the press as it comes to the end of its stroke and starts back. It's really a bumper, a shock absorber. And you don't want to get your hand in that, or fingers, because they'll come up short. Well, that concludes that. I do want to say that after we had that thing in operation for a while, we printed, each month we printed various things for the museum. And one time they had an open house, and we ran the press and gave each one that passed through the door a printed thing off of the Cherokee Advocate press. I'm informed that this newspaper press was the Advocate, the original, was established in 1844. The first regular newspaper printed west of the Mississippi, and I'm informed at that date and time. This fellow that I call the brains of the outfit, he knew when to underlay and overlay the type, whether the type, and as much as a piece of tissue paper or where it required overlay or underlay. The packing on the cylinder, which we had to repair, had been an old rug at one time, so that thing was in bad shape when we got it. And so I guess that concludes everything about this press. Thank you.